Hello, my name is Cheyenne Schwinn. I'm a student here at Floofer University, and this is my month 6 sprint. My month 6 sprint for February. My second sprint out of the month, which is be the last part of this month's work. Again, I'm in February, month 6 of the 12-month game design program here at Floofer University. My instructor this month is Robert Kennedy, and I am an online remote student from Illinois. My work hours were a total of 50 hours and 10 minutes for the sprint, a total of 100 hours and 10 minutes for the month, and my monthly expected hours are 100 hours a month. My achievements this sprint was that I was able to learn how to export final textures from Adobe 3D Substance Designer, or Painter, sorry, with the help of a team member. And I also finished a logo that I was tasked with a few days before the 26th of this month, which was the deadline to get this logo out, to get something out that they can work with. So I made a pretty decent logo in the amount of time that I was given. I was a little rushed, so it's a little shaky at some points, but I think it came out pretty decent. My objectives were to learn how to effectively use the pose tool for Blender so the mesh exports correctly. I didn't get around to that because of all of the issues that I was having with Unreal Engine, and then found out later, this will be in the issues, that I was having issues with the Substance Painter as well, because of something that was missing in Blender. So that did put me back a little bit. Then I finished the rush requested from the project team to get some kind of logo out. So I did finish the logo pretty fast in a few days. I had to hour pile, so I was really hard at it, trying to make it the best that I can in the time that I was given. And I think it came out pretty good for the amount of time that I had to spend on it. So my issues were that when I was finishing everything for the character outfit mesh and exporting everything, I thought it was all ready to go. When I gave the project lead the files to actually get it exported in and then imported into the Unreal file, it was saying that there was something not matching or something missing, and apparently the bones need to be with it as well, and the bones come from Blender. However, when I exported the bones from Blender, I think that they're called FOIDs or AOIDs or something. Not FOID. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. FODs, I think. Not an I. FODs. I think that's what they're called. There's multiples of those in the file, and when I exported it, it created some kind of weird monster of like 4 arms, and that's not what we were looking for. And also I noticed that when I reposed the character in Blender, it did not export how I reposed it. It exported it outside of the skin model, or the skin mesh that I was making for the outfits. So that was a big issue that ended up putting back the process of making all the different types of clothes and stuff that I was working on. So I did do a lot of work with that in the first few weeks, but then sadly all that work didn't come to anything for the end of the sprint because of the issues that popped up. So I'm hoping to troubleshoot those issues and learn how to do the pose for Blender and reset the pose to make it export correctly with the bones without the extra FODs, and it'll be all fine. So I now have to go back and relearn how to use the pose mechanic, as I said, from Blender to try to solve the issue, and then we can have some working custom outfit meshes for our main character. So I'm going to have to definitely look into those issues and troubleshoot those. So that was my the most of my week 2, that was the most of my week 1 and 2. Week 3 was researching Unreal Engine, troubleshooting, and Adobe 3D Substance Painter baking. I didn't know what baking exactly was. I didn't exactly know how to do it, so I had to get some pointers from the person that helped me in the first place to understand how to use Adobe 3D Substance Painter, since I didn't really understand baking fully from the video that I watched on YouTube. I sort of got it, but there was tools that I didn't really understand what they did because I was messing with sliders and everything and it wasn't really changing anything. So I was like, is there something changing? I can't exactly tell. So I had to ask her for some advice. So I watched multiple videos and worked with team members and tried to figure out how to work with Unreal Engine, Blender more efficiently, and also learned about baking and how to do it in Adobe 3D Substance Painter. That's when I tried to totally get the finished mesh out for our first character custom outfit. So here you can actually see what happened. So I did delete the extra FODs, however, the one that I was using without gloves or anything added onto the arms or the legs, I was trying to get it to fit to the mesh, and it looked like it fit in Blender. However, the pose wasn't saved in the way that I changed it. It showed it, but it didn't save it when it exports, making it go back to the original pose. So the textures did did bake and export great. As you saw before, those were the baked textures, the actual mappings for them. And then you can see down in the corner there that those were the outcome of the shirt, pants, boots. All of that was great. It came out great. But the issue was that the bones were not with it. So when I exported the finished and baked version of the custom outfit that I made, it didn't export into the Unreal Engine file. So I'll be looking into that further this next coming sprint. But for right now, I was given the task to do the logo. So for week 4, I was logo designing. I looked at Google to get an idea of what propaganda posters back then looked like for different types of World War slogans or sayings or other different ways, like the colors they used and stuff like that. Just a lot of good examples. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to go with, so I sort of took all of these instead of taking like the colors and the stuff from them. I used like inspiration from the words and how it was worded and did some of my own sketches, and this is what came out of it. So I got some sketches. I posted this picture on the Discord and I asked the team, hey, which one do you think would sort of like be what you would want to do? And the team lead decided that they liked this version, number 4. So with the layout and lettering chosen for number 4, to introduce the game name and the show and show the game theme, we moved with 4 and got a sketch done, and then on top of that digital sketch I made a blackline sketch, or I'm sorry, I made a blackline finalized layout and used the blackline sketch for depth and shadowing on the person. So then I added some color. I decided to start with green and gray. I'm probably going to make more color designs possibly. I posted this to the Discord and asked what people thought about it. So once I added the colors in the first color idea, I used greens and grays. I plan to make more color ideas So we'll see what the team says about the colors. For now, we ended up going with just black lettering. That's the only colors that was changed. I may do some more in-depth shadowing and stuff on the person. That's the first time that I really ever tried really hard to do a human face. Despite leaving the eyes out, I know if I put the eyes in, it would look horrible. But I'm slowly getting better and better as I work with my talents in digital art. I decided to take a brick picture from pexels.com. It's free to use videos and photos, all copyright free. So that was nice to grab that and have that as a background. I went with a sort of spray paint style kind of thing going here. I'm probably going to do some more shadowing as I can sort of not really vibe with how it's looking around the person. It looks like it's just sitting on top of it, and I want it to blend in with the background a little bit to make it look like it's on the wall. So I'm probably going to also mess with the lettering and everything. But basically, finalized the piece and filled in the text with black per the team lead's feedback. I'll be exploring more to develop the quality of the lettering and possibly the background. And then I will also be changing maybe a little bit of the details I had to for this instance, because when I noticed it, I noticed that this right side, as you can see here, it's a little more not blurred like it is here. It's mixed in. I forgot to mix this side, so I had to go in and smooth it out to mix it in a little bit better. So I edited what was missing and exported it back to posting it into the feedback to get final thoughts on what they thought for the team. So I'll be focusing on a lot of stuff this next coming sprint, and that is pretty much it. This video will be on my YouTube channel in the School Videos and Projects playlist. I have yet to change the name, so it's just School Videos with little books. Look for the little book emojis. My LinkedIn Mastery Journal Portfolio, Personal Portfolio, which is my personal website with a bunch of graphic art and everything on it, and photography. And then my YouTube channel, which has videography, school videos, gaming videos, etc. So if you are here for school, thank you for your time. If you're here just because you're on my channel on YouTube, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode or whatever I do. But yes, thank you for your time, and have a good day.